everybody? You know that, everybody? Do you know that the average interest rate on credit card is somewhere 51.9%, everybody? Do you know that, everybody? Yes, in retail banking, everybody, it is said that credit cards is one of the highest driver of superficial profits. Over just 2024, it was saying in Jamaica space that credit cards, the interest earned for credit cards was somewhere close to almost $100 billion. You know that, everybody? I didn't say M, I said B. Did you hear that? Yeah. And by virtue of that, everybody, it is said that it is one of the driving force of revenue. Do you know that you can have a credit card and if you're not careful, you have that debt for your entire life? Yes. If you concentrate on paying just the minimum balance, it's like you can drop in a well for your entire life and you don't know how to get out of it.
That's true.
One day we probably have to look at it different. But as we look here, everybody, as we look right here, it said research. It is said, and you can skip some of the information, but understand, everybody, that we have to be careful in terms of managing our resource. And by virtue of that, we can't just buy because of impulse, or we feel like buying, or we see someone else has it, then we want it. We have to be careful. True or false? True. It therefore means we're not going to buy by feeling or just see it and buy it. It never hurts to use the card. You ever hear that term? It never hurts to use the card. But today, everybody, we have to be careful. We look there in the story of 1 Kings chapter 21. Let me just get 2 verses out of that and then we come back to the main text. 1 Kings chapter 21. Who do you see right there when you look at 1 Kings chapter 21? Can you see somebody by the name of Ahab? Do you see Ahab and Jezebel? In 1 Kings chapter 21. Is that right there? And it came to pass after these things that Naboth, the Jezreelite, had a vineyard which was in Jezreel, hard by the palace of Ahab of Samaria. Verse 2. And Ahab spoke unto Naboth, saying, give me that vineyard that I may have it for a garden of herb, because it is near unto my house, and I will give thee for it a better vineyard than it, or if it seem good to thee, I will give thee the works of it in money. Verse 3. And Ahab said to Ahab, the Lord forbid it, that I should give the inheritance of my father unto thee. And if you look all the way down to verse 13, you will see right there in verse 13, you will see in the reading there, especially verse 9, which Jezebel, when you come in, she's going to write a letter saying, proclaim a fast that set Naboth on high among the people, and set 2 men sons of Baal before him to bear witness against him, saying, thou didst blaspheme God and the king, and then carried him out and stone him. They even plotted to get Naboth away from his property because they wanted, because they had, what kind of eyes they will call it? Red eyes. They were covetous, and by virtue of that, they did everything that they had in their powers to get it. Sometimes, the truth be told, it is kind of how we behave when we see things that we want. Not true? Not true, everybody? And we will do everything, not at Irwin, by the way, not at Irwin, but because of that, everybody, we saw what happened. And by virtue of that, Naboth was brought out and they stoned. But God doesn't sleep. He sees everything and will pay in his own time. Understanding right here, everybody, this message here, we saw what happened. We saw what happened there in that story, where Ahab and Jezebel, they would have reaped where they did not sow. We